Imagine you're standing on the shore of a vast ocean staring at a ship that brought you to this moment in your life. Behind you is everything familiar, comfort zone, your excuses, and the safety net you've always relied on. Ahead of you lies uncharted territory, a future that holds the promise of your greatest potential, but also the uncertainty of risk, struggle, and effort. Here's the truth. If that ship is still anchored at the shore, if you know there's an easy way to turn back, you will never push yourself to the limit. That ship is your escape route, and as long as it exists, you'll never give 100% to the journey ahead. So what do? You burn the boat. You remove the option to retreat. That's the mindset of do or die. Most people don't achieve their dreams because they keep a safety net underneath them. They tell themselves they're serious, but deep down, they know they can always fall back on what's comfortable. But think about it, has anyone ever changed their life by playing it safe? Did the greatest innovators, leaders, or visionaries hold on to a plan B? No, they burned the boat. They made it so that the only option was to succeed or perish trying. That kind of total commitment is terrifying, but it's also liberating. When there's no way to go back, all your energy, focus, and creativity go toward moving forward. Burning the boat is not just a metaphor, it's a mindset. It's waking up every day and deciding that failure isn't an option because you've already eliminated every way to accept it. It's saying to yourself, this is it. This is my moment. I will not allow myself to quit because there's nowhere to quit to. This level of intensity forces you to access parts of yourself you didn't even know existed. It demands resourcefulness, grit, and relentless determination. It's about trusting that even though the road ahead is tough, you've got what it takes to figure it out. But here's the thing, burning the boat doesn't mean recklessness. It's not about diving into something without thought or preparation. It's about making a conscious decision to commit so fully that you eliminate all distractions and excuses. When you do this, you create clarity. Suddenly, your mind isn't split between your goal and your escape plan. Your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and you start to see solutions where you once saw obstacles. Think about the times in your life when you've been most committed. Maybe it was a relationship, a career move, or a challenge you took on. What made you succeed? Was it because you were half-hearted? No, it was because you went all in. That's the essence of burning the boat. It's total immersion. It's saying, I'll do whatever it takes for as long as it takes because this matters to me. And yes, it's scary. Fear will try to convince you to hold on to that ship, to keep one foot in the old and one in the new. But fear is a liar. Fear wants you to stay small, to stay comfortable. Burning the boat is about looking fear in the eye and saying, I choose growth over comfort. I choose my dream over my doubt. When you commit like this, something extraordinary happens. The universe, fate, God, whatever you want to call it, starts working in your favor. Doors open that you didn't know existed. People show up to support you. Opportunities come your way. Why? Because commitment has a magnetic energy. When you show the world that you're serious, it responds in kind. So as you stand at the edge of your own metaphorical ocean, ask yourself this, are you willing to burn the boat? Are you ready to leave behind the excuses, the backup plans, and the comfort of good enough? If the answer is yes, then step forward with the courage to embrace uncertainty. Commit to your dreams with everything you've got. Because when you burn the boat, you'll discover that you are far more powerful, resourceful, and unstoppable than you ever imagined. This is your moment. Burn the boat and watch yourself rise. In the moments of decision, your destiny is forged. It's not the big events or the milestones that shape your life. It's the small, often quiet moments when you decide who you're going to be and what you're going to do. Decisions are the force that turns dreams into reality, that transforms potential into results. And the most important thing to understand about decision making is that it's not something that happens to you, it's something you control. You have the power right now to decide how your story unfolds. Most people underestimate the power of a single decision. They think change requires massive, sweeping actions all at once. But the truth is, change begins with one decision, a real decision. Not a maybe, not an I'll try, but a decision so firm that you cut off all other possibilities. That's what the word decision literally means, to cut off. When you decide, you are closing the door on excuses, doubts, and anything that might hold you back. You're saying to yourself, this is what I'm doing, no matter what. But here's where people get stuck. They hesitate. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect set of circumstances before they make a move. And in that hesitation, life passes them by. You have to understand, waiting is a decision to stay where you are. And the cost of inaction is far greater than the risk of taking a step forward. The truth is, there's no such thing as the perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you choose to act in. When you harness the power of decision, you take control of your life. Think about the decisions you've made in the past, decisions that changed everything. Maybe it was deciding to take a leap of faith in your career, to end a toxic relationship, or to commit to a goal that scared you. Those moments of clarity and conviction didn't come from overthinking. They came from your gut, your heart, that deeper part of you that knew what you needed to do. And when you acted on those decisions, your life moved forward. But the power of decision isn't just about big life-altering choices. It's about the small, consistent decisions you make every single day. It's deciding to get out of bed when you feel like hitting snooze. It's deciding to eat healthy when temptation is calling. It's deciding to focus on your goals instead of scrolling through distractions. Every decision, no matter how small, is a vote for the person you want to become. And over time, those votes add up. Now, here's the secret. Your decisions are only as strong as the emotional energy behind them. A weak decision, one made half-heartedly, is easy to break. But a decision made with passion, with conviction, is unshakable. That's why it's so important to know your why. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? When your decision is connected to a purpose that lights you up, nothing can stop you. And let me tell you this, indecision is the killer of dreams. It's the silent thief that robs you of your time, your potential, and your future. Every moment you spend stuck in indecision is a moment you could be using to move forward. But if you're waiting for clarity, here's the truth. Clarity comes from action. Make the decision, take the first step, and adjust as you go. You don't have to have it all figured out, you just have to start. So ask yourself, what decisions are you avoiding right now? What areas of your life are stuck because you haven't taken control? It's time to stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. Decide to take ownership of your future. Decide to act, even if you're scared. Decide to believe in yourself, even if it feels hard. When you do, you'll find that life has a way of rewarding the bold. Opportunities will appear. Strength you didn't know you had will surface, and you'll look back and realize that the moment you truly decided was the moment everything changed. Your power lies in your ability to choose, so choose wisely, choose boldly, and choose now. Pain and pleasure are the two driving forces behind every decision you make. They shape your behavior, fuel your actions, and ultimately determine the direction of your life. Every choice, every step, every goal you pursue comes down to one thing: your desire to avoid pain or experience pleasure. When you truly understand and harness this principle, you unlock a level of control over your life that most people never realize they have. Think about it. Why do people procrastinate? Because in the moment they associate more pain with doing the task than they do with avoiding it. Why do people stay in toxic relationships or unfulfilling jobs? Because they associate more pain with change than with staying stuck. The problem is, most of these decisions are made unconsciously. People aren't aware of the associations their mind is creating between pain and pleasure, and so they let these unseen forces dictate their lives. But what if you could flip the script? What if you could consciously rewire your mind to work for you instead of against you? Here's the key: the meaning you give to pain and pleasure is entirely within your control. Let me say that again: pain and pleasure are not fixed. They are not universal truths. They are perceptions, and you can change them. Something that feels hard or uncomfortable now can become the very thing that drives you forward. The pain of discipline, for example, can transform into the pleasure of success. The discomfort of growth can become the thrill of becoming the person you've always dreamed of being. The first step is awareness. Start paying attention to the patterns in your life. What do you avoid? What do you chase? Be brutally honest with yourself. If you're not taking action on something important, it's because you've linked more pain to doing it than to avoiding it. And if you're stuck in a habit that's holding you back, it's because you've linked more pleasure to that behavior than to changing it. Once you see the pattern, you can begin to break it. Breaking the pattern means shifting your associations. If you want to stop procrastinating, you have to link massive, immediate pain to inaction. Imagine the consequences of staying where you are. Picture the opportunities you'll miss, the time you'll waste, the regret you'll feel. Make it real. Then link massive, immediate pleasure to taking action. Visualize the success, the progress, the pride you'll feel when you move forward. The more vividly you can feel these emotions, the more powerful the shift will be. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Want to improve your health? Stop focusing on the discomfort of exercise or the temptation of unhealthy food. Instead, focus on the energy, vitality, and confidence you'll gain. Want to build better relationships? Stop fixating on the vulnerability or effort it takes to connect. Focus on the joy, trust, and love that come from investing in others. By changing your focus, you change your reality. But let me tell you this, it's not enough to do this once and expect your life to change. Rewiring your mind takes repetition. You have to condition yourself to associate pain and pleasure in ways that serve you, and you have to do it consistently. Every time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, what pain am I trying to avoid? What pleasure am I chasing? Is this pattern moving me closer to my goals, or is it holding me back? The beauty of this process is that it gives you control. You no longer have to be a victim of your circumstances or your emotions. You become the creator of your destiny. When you learn to harness the power of pain and pleasure, you can use these forces to propel yourself forward instead of keeping yourself stuck. You can make choices that align with your values and your vision for your life. So the question is, what are you going to do with this power? Are you going to let pain and pleasure control you unconsciously, or are you going to take the reins and use them to your advantage? The choice is yours. You can stay where you are, letting fear and comfort dictate your path. Or you can step into your power, embrace the discomfort of growth, and experience the pleasure of living a life that's truly your own. When you make that choice, everything changes. Action is the lifeblood of transformation. Dreams, ideas, and intentions mean nothing without action. You can have the most compelling vision in the world, but without taking steps toward it, it's just a fantasy. What separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who settle for mediocrity is the willingness to take massive, determined action. Not occasional action, not when it's convenient action, massive action, relentless action. The kind of action that shows you're fully committed to the outcome, no matter what it takes. Here's the thing, most people think they're taking action, but they're not. They're busy, sure. They're checking boxes, doing tasks, and staying occupied, but busy isn't the same as effective. Massive action isn't about doing more things, it's about doing the right things with intensity and purpose. It's about identifying what truly moves the needle and throwing yourself into it with everything you've got. And let's be honest, taking action isn't always easy. There's fear, there's uncertainty. There's that voice in your head that whispers, what if you fail? But here's the truth, action is the antidote to fear. The longer you wait, the bigger your doubts grow. The more you hesitate, the stronger your excuses become. But the moment you take action, even a small step, you start to shift your momentum. You prove to yourself that you're capable. You build confidence, and with confidence comes more action. Massive action also requires resilience. You will face obstacles. You will encounter setbacks. That's not a possibility, it's a certainty. But setbacks aren't failures, they're feedback. There are opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who keep going despite it. They adjust their strategies, refine their approach, and keep moving forward. That's the power of massive action. It creates momentum, and momentum is unstoppable. But taking action isn't just about doing, it's about being, it's about showing up as the person who deserves the success you're after. It's about embodying the mindset, habits, and discipline of the version of yourself you're striving to become. You can't wait until you've achieved your goals to start acting like that person. You have to start now. Because when you act as if you've already succeeded, you align your energy, focus, and behavior with the outcome you desire. And that alignment creates results. Think about a time in your life when you were on fire, when you were taking massive action and seeing incredible progress. What was different about that time? Chances are you were crystal clear on your goal, deeply connected to your why, and laser focused on what needed to be done. That's the formula for massive action: clarity, connection, and focus. Without clarity, you don't know where you're going. Without connection, you lack the motivation to keep going. And without focus, your energy gets scattered in too many directions. But here's the catch: clarity, connection, and focus don't just happen. You have to cultivate them. You have to take time to get clear on your vision, to remind yourself why it matters, and to prioritize the actions that will get you there. That's why planning and reflection are so important. They're not a substitute for action, they're what make your action effective. Now, let's talk about urgency. Massive action isn't something you do when you feel like it. It's something you do because you know the clock is ticking. Time is your most precious resource, and once it's gone, you can't get it back. So why wait? Why put off the actions that will move you closer to your dreams? The longer you wait, the harder it gets. But when you act now, you create momentum, and momentum makes everything easier. The truth is, there's no secret formula, no magic shortcut to success. The people who achieve their dreams aren't the ones with the most talent, resources, or luck. They're the ones who take massive action consistently and persistently. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. They start where they are with what they have, and they keep going until they get where they want to be. So the question is, what are you waiting for? What action can you take today, right now, to move closer to your goal? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something. Because every step you take creates momentum, and momentum is what turns dreams into reality. Stop waiting, stop hesitating, and start moving. Take massive action and watch how your life transforms. Progress is the heartbeat of fulfillment. It's what keeps us alive, engaged, and inspired. No matter how big or small, the sense of moving forward gives life meaning. Progress is what fuels your spirit, lifts your energy, and builds your momentum. So it's not about perfection, it's about growth. Because when you're growing, you're living. When you're stagnant, you're dying. That's why becoming obsessed with progress isn't just a strategy, it's a necessity. The truth is, too many people get caught up in the illusion of achievement. They think they'll only feel successful when they hit the big milestones, landing the promotion, buying the dream home, or achieving the perfect relationship. But here's the reality: the big achievements don't create lasting happiness. What does is the steady, consistent process of improving, of becoming better than you were yesterday. Progress, not perfection, is what truly fulfills you. But let's be real, progress doesn't always look glamorous. It's not always leaps and bounds. Sometimes it's baby steps. Sometimes it's messy, uncomfortable, and slow. But it's still progress, and the key is to celebrate it. When you recognize even the smallest victories, you reinforce the mindset of growth. You tell yourself, I'm getting better. I'm moving forward. And that recognition keeps you motivated to keep going. Being obsessed with progress means focusing on the process, not just the outcome. It's about falling in love with the journey of growth. Yes, set big goals. Yes, dream big. But don't get so fixated on the destination that you forget to appreciate the steps along the way. Every step you take, every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome is progress. And when you focus on the process, you're not just building a better future, you're building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. One of the most powerful things about progress is that it creates momentum. Think about it. When you're making progress, even small progress, you feel energized. You feel capable. And that energy drives you to take more action, which creates more progress. It's a cycle of success. But the opposite is also true. When you're stagnant, when you're not moving forward, you feel stuck. You lose confidence, motivation, and energy. That's why taking action, no matter how small, is so important. It gets the ball rolling. Now let's talk about setbacks, because they're inevitable on the path to progress. Most people see setbacks as failures, but they're not. They're part of the process. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to adapt, and to come back stronger. The key is to shift your mindset. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? When you see challenges as stepping stones instead of roadblocks, you turn them into fuel for your growth. To become obsessed with progress, you need to measure it. What gets measured gets managed. If you don't track your progress, it's easy to feel like you're not moving forward, even when you are. Set clear goals and break them down into actionable steps. Track your efforts, reflect on your results, and adjust as needed. This isn't about perfection, it's about clarity. When you can see how far you've come, you'll feel motivated to keep going. Another critical aspect of progress is surrounding yourself with the right people. Progress thrives in the right environment. If you're around people who challenge you, inspire you, and support your growth, you'll naturally push yourself to become better. But if you're surrounded by negativity, doubt, or complacency, it's like trying to grow a flower in the dark. It's possible, but it's much harder. Choose your circle wisely, because they will influence your pace of progress. Finally, remember that progress isn't linear. There will be ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Some days you'll feel unstoppable, and other days you'll feel stuck. That's normal. The important thing is to stay consistent. Even when it feels like you're not moving forward, keep taking action. Because progress is cumulative. Every small step adds up, and over time, those steps create a transformation. So here's the challenge: become obsessed with progress. Look for ways to grow every single day. Celebrate the small wins, learn from the setbacks, surround yourself with people who push you to be better. Track your efforts and keep moving forward no matter what. Because when you focus on progress, you don't just achieve your goals, you become the kind of person who can achieve anything. And that, my friend, is the ultimate success.